Hello everyone. So yesterday we had the huge disappointment. The auto arms did not work, taking the Astronium off the auto extractors. The auto extractors, the green bar reduced to zero while we were on silver. So that worked, but no Astronium. Right? And of course, we do that all for the holiday cheer event, right? To get the most amount of Astronium to be able to send that off as quickly as possible, right? So we have an entire automation facility set up on Glacial to do so. So because the auto extractor sort of worked, right? It makes me believe that the the game somehow believes that the auto arms should do their job. The auto arm should pick up the Astronium off of the auto extractors and move it into the large resource canister, which I give a name. I call it nanocarbon alloy. So today I think what we will do is we'll try a couple of ideas that I had overnight. It is now early morning here, and see what we can do, in the game, make it work. But I stream every day, so you will need to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified. And then you can, of course, ask questions while I'm playing. So let's get right into the game here. If OBS would please work, that would be great. So I always finish the game in a vehicle of sorts. I wonder, did I bring resin and all that other stuff? No, that is all in silver. That is very sad. One thing that we will need is we will need 2 medium resource canisters, 2. So I have 1, I need to make another one, and also I have 5 RTGs that I need to do something with. So let me see. Need to get the medium resource canister, glass and plastic. So we will need compound and all kinds of things that I don't have because I forgot them on silver. Glass, actually, you know what? We'll take this guy here. And plastic, I don't have any compound here, so let's. Do I have any soil? Not much. Actually, there is, hold on, there's a full soil canister here, no? Yeah. Okay. Let's use this one here. So, what are all the things that I need? Glass and plastic. Well, glass, done. Plastic, I need a little bit of compound. So, let's. Actually, I don't need that much compound. One. Maybe a little bit more. A little bit more than that. Don't want to be super skimpy, but if I'm making something, I would like it to be a little bit more substantial than 1. So 5 compound is good enough. Make that. And then for plastic, I will need the compound in this here. So we will have 2 of these. We put them on top of the resource canister, right? On top of the auto extractor, because I think the devs tested that, or maybe not the devs, but someone tested that. So that should be working. And at the minimum, we get 32 Astronium per auto extractor, right? At the minimum. And I looked this up on the Astropedia. It will take 74 minutes. So that's fine. No wind again. That's very sad. No wind and no sun. Alright, medium resource canister, that problem is solved. Then I will need to make a. Do I make the extra large, the large storage silo here? Yes, and I need 3 steel. So for steel, of course, I need some compound, some organic. So let's do this. Organic. And we'll need iron. And iron I have, see, it always is upside down, and when I enter the rover, it fixes itself. So one of the script kids put like a little fix-it script in there. What's in here? Hematite. I mean, I'm literally drowning in iron on this planet, on Glacier. So we don't need to worry about the compound. See, that's the old school, how we used to do it. Where's in this guy? One of those titanium ones. Yeah. So the idea is basically that as soon as the mixer farm starts going, it will fill up the battery. More mixers are required. Because all these auto arms here cost 1 power. I've set it a couple of times on stream, but I think it is too much. It shouldn't be that much, but you know, what can I do? Steel. Steel. Argon. Take some argon from here. Make steel. So we will have 1 carbon left, that's fine. We can use it for something else later. Steel. So there's one optimization idea that I had is where's my steel? Last steel, and then we'll start the printing, and then I will go to this apparatus here and see what I can do there. So, right, because we have 5 RTGs, each auto extractor requires 1. Each auto extractor requires 2 RTGs, plus the auto arms need another one, so 2 auto extractors, 5 RTGs. So the wedge is not going to do the trick anymore, which means that we need to take it back upstairs. So this wedge won't do. We have an extra wedge now. That's okay. And actually I can sort of do it like this. And then maybe take a little bit of solid off in case we get stuck. And then, yeah, so what I wanted to show is, my theory is if I touch this thing here and I turn this on, it's not going to position it here. That's the theory. So organ, and I don't have the automation here turned on. Right? I think it will not position it here. But really, to make the test valid, this is how I had it on silver, just with hydrogen, right? So you have the atmospheric condenser. It's making argon here, right? And then it should stop, because that was the situation on silver, that it didn't want to continue. Okay, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. That happened. So we take this thing with us and we go down to the core again. And now let's just make sure that I have everything that I need. Okay, beautiful. So we'll put those things on. And I already think that we have some evidence that the auto extractors don't work or specifically the auto arms don't work from a previous run. When we had only one auto arm, I kind of a little bit forgot what I did there, but I think what happened is, let's just check the stream real quick. Stream's looking good. Yeah. I forgot what I did, but I spent 5 hours having the game open and the volume turned down to 0 while working. Oh, jeez, Louise. So why did I do that? Right? I think I sort of noticed that the auto arm is not performing like it should. So maybe the auto arms, that is a hopeless thing. If that's the case, then what we can be doing is we can just set up a whole bunch of auto extractors. It's like whatever 400 divided by 32. So what is that? Like 12 and a half, something like that, right? So then we need 10 more auto extractors. Now I don't think we can slap 10 auto extractors on that specific Astronium deposit. There will not be enough physical space to do so. However, we can find other Astronium deposits and then sort of like establish a paper route. Yeah, thankfully there's like something to break my speed here a little bit. So we are at the core. I'm getting 60 FPS. If the game is jerky, that's just the game outputting jerky graphics at 60 FPS. Being airborne with the rover is pretty common here. So that's nothing to be concerned about. No. And I already think that the thing is you can't steer the rover when it's flying. That's the challenge here, right? So I'm already thinking that when I was not looking, it didn't deposit anything in here. With 23, I think we left off at like 20 something. So it didn't do anything, and I just heard it deposit one. So that's probably, yeah, it's probably not working. That's my professional opinion here. So we need this guy here. And what we will do is we put all the RTGs on this. And eventually I will have like this full with RTGs. That's sort of like the goal. Yep. Can we make it look cool like this maybe? That looks pretty cool. Okay. Now what we do is we stop these guys here real quick. Turn off. Because I don't want them to depositing Astronium on their tops. Put the RTGs here. You guys see what I'm doing? Right? And now we put these things up here. That I believe will work. This angle here looks a little bit different than I remember it. Maybe they move when you're not looking. So this will work. Pretty sure. I don't know if it disconnected. I don't think it disconnected. Ooh, that's a good one. don't know. So my idea was to, let's turn them on and see what happens. Yeah, they're both pointing sort of in my direction. That's good. Let's just turn them on. And enable output, enable output. Did you give it to me? Oh yeah, thank you. So now the idea is to basically grab the Astronium out of these containers, which I think will not work. So this auto arm eagerly takes the Astronium off of this thing without the container. That sort of like ruins my idea here completely, because I was convinced that the auto extractor will deposit it in here before the arm has a chance to take it. This one is still at 0. What's happening here? Is this one turned on? Where is its nozzle? Up here. Why is it so slow? It's definitely turned on and it's doing... Oh, maybe this guy is pulling now both. Alright, let's do this. And so we should see that depositing into this and then come out here. This auto extractor doesn't work for some reason. I don't understand why. And it's not full with Astronium either. And it's connected, right? The Astronium doesn't go in here. Oh, you need to disable output. Got it. Okay, so my hope was that we could pick up the Astronium from these sections here with the auto arms. But the auto extractor does not work if output is enabled. Right? And my understanding is it will still suck Astronium, this resource canister, if I position it here. Let's try that. Right, let's do like this. Okay. So if I take the Astronium, right, and now position it up here, it will suck it in. Yeah, see? But for some reason, when I have this, when I have the output enabled, it won't work. Right, so I enable the output. There's beautiful Astronium now. So this doesn't go in here, I think. Let's watch. This is a disaster. Yeah, and that's it. It now stands and it doesn't do anything for some reason. Because if I take it away, look, I take it and I put it. No. And I put it here. It sucks it in. But no. So that's it. If you use those things, the only way to operate the auto extractor is with those. No need for auto arms anymore. And nanocarbon alloy is out of the picture. This is the final verdict. This is the final verdict. Of course, I wanted it this way, obviously. So, yeah, there's that. So 74 minutes, it will fill up those two guys. That's what the Astropedia says. And then, so the only option that we have is a paper route. And by the way, we don't need that other RTG here. But I don't necessarily have a spot to put it at the moment, because we take nanocarbon alloy with us. And now I don't know what to do. Oh, I mean, I could still use the rover and just vacuum with the rover, Astronium. That's still possible. So yeah, that works fantastically, and I think this will work when we are off planet. But let's see. I don't know off planet, but on the surface for sure. Obviously, we don't need all this nonsense here, but I don't have anywhere to put it, so there's that. I even have an RTG here that I don't need, so there's that. But let's just go upstairs and put that stuff down. Maybe come down again. Maybe, you know, what we can do is get some soil. We need soil anyways. It's airborne. It's doing its thing. Don't question it. My markers here, pretty clever. This is old school, man. When there was nothing, you used just soil to mark things. We had it happen. Oh, hold on. I will get rid of that vertex. Maybe that's what making me trip. I just wanted to say, we had it happen that this thing like completely flies off. Do I need this enabled? Probably. But maybe that's why the rover got airborne in this spot. It could also be this area. Actually, let me smooth this out a little bit. I need soil, right? So there is that. You look like you can give me some soil. Good enough. Let's move this out here. This thing that is coming out a little bit dangerously. Maybe that is what is causing the rover to be occasionally airborne in this location. Something like this. And then I saw something here, which is a little bit uneven. I don't know, this. Okay. Because we will be coming here a couple times, right? So obviously the thumpers are still working. But let's go up to the surface and collect some soil. And then good Lord, this low gravity is difficult. And then we check back on the thumpers, and then we need a strategy to make like 10 of them. 10 auto extractors. No more auto arms required. Auto arms don't work. I was hoping I could find a workaround where I set the medium resource canister on output enabled. Output enabled. But the auto extractor will stop if output is enabled for some reason. I don't know why. Just doesn't like it. So the only way to make this work is sort of like establish a paper route for Astronium. Which means maybe we will need nanocarbon alloy. But we just put the medium resource canister on the rover and make it spit out Astronium and make nanocarbon alloy collected. So nanocarbon alloy can be the collector. So we still need nanocarbon alloy. Nanocarbon alloy is the name of my large resource canister, because it needs nanocarbon alloy, which is really fun. Everything that's like sort of high tech needs nanocarbon alloy. So that's very sad that our stuff didn't work out how we hoped. But so the only way to make the auto extractors work is paper route, right? You need to every 74 minutes you need to come and collect the resources. I mean, really honestly, no one needs 400 of anything, of any resource. Maybe resin. You know, maybe you need 400 resin. But nothing. There's no resource where you need 400 of. I mean, 100 I can see, 200 I can see, but 400 is a little excessive. So there's that. What do we do here? The auto arms, they go in storage for now. We'll need you later. Really? Yeah, I figured he wants to attach to the wall. Funny guy. This one is no longer sort of required here. I thought I had one more of these here. No? Like here? Free spot? Did it fall through? Oh no, there's one. Falling through is still a thing. We saw that with the cosmic baubles. I made 400 of them. And the printer, when it reaches, so the printer prints like somewhere here, right? And then it stacks 4 high. And then when that's full, it prints inside the 4th one from the surface. And then what happens is there's some other algorithm that positions it. It feels to me like 6 high, maybe 7 high, and it drops the item. So it makes a nice pile. But then when the pile gets to be 6 or 7 high, the drop point is also taken. You can't position it in mid-air and make it drop. So what it does then is it uses a drop point that is under the surface. And when that happens is it falls through this surface, but then, you know, we have this clever design here where I have a subsurface area where I can collect those things. The workarounds that you do in this game, man. So let's collect some soil, and hopefully 74 minutes will be passed, and then we can go and do the paper route. There's another soil canister here. Looks good. Keep it going. Actually, I didn't want to do this. I think I usually go over there. Maybe let's go this way this time. There's a hole I can already see. When you see a glow, you know, a glow from below, then it's deep. See, the rover is actually even getting airborne on the surface. See, and that is something that I also noticed, that these gazers, or whatever it's called, right? They are not active when you are further away. And I think the game handles many things like that. So let's see if the gazer is still active. Yes. So here we have been collecting soil like crazy. I'm just looking at this green grass here. It's very interesting. What is that stuff? Flowers? What is this? Yeah, it's like turnip flowers or something. So I really love how the game, yeah, look, there's like, ooh, you can even interact with them a little bit. Little turnip flowers. There's more here. So let's collect some soil and then go back and see if that works. Then the next test that we can do is empty the canisters, the Astronium canisters, and go to another planet and see if it will collect if I'm on another planet. But we need to just figure out how this thing works properly. You know, that's all it really takes. I mean, it should work properly to begin with, but it doesn't. So there's that. I'm just trying to get aligned here, and obviously I don't have enough space, but this looks sort of okay here. Okay. Maybe a little bit more down. Yeah, like this. I'll just correct it a little bit upwards. And so we do that for 74 minutes. Let me see how the stream looks. The auto extractors with the auto arms, that was a huge disappointment. I needed some time there to recover from that. So once we have the soil, we basically will go and check again. Oh, there's my paper. We want all of this. And this is full? This is completely full. I don't want to necessarily go through this area again because graphite is sort of, I can use it. So somewhere like here. So I discussed that before, right? Just keeping the game open while I'm working, but it needs 200% CPU. So what does that mean? This desktop computer that I have, this is my private computer, it has one CPU die on it, but on the die are 4 physical CPUs. So with hyperthreading, you get actually 8 CPUs in task manager. Out of these 8 virtual CPUs in task manager, the game is using 4 virtual CPUs for 50% each. I didn't know that these flowers can be green on the top. That is very interesting. I'm also thinking that I'm in an area where I've not been before. So I just want to check it out real quick. Beautiful, look at this. I love the game. I think it just needs a little bit of tender love and care, you know? Look, this mountainous region, it's beautiful. And if the game is jerky, that's the game. I get 60 FPS. So I don't know. That was a good run. Let's do it some more. Yeah, this is good. It takes a while to pull this thing up. And all these canisters are required to make scrap to get 400 Astronium processed. It is a little bit less, to be honest, than the 400 that it can do. Where are we? Over this maybe? So there's a drill strength 3 on this thing, so it doesn't matter what I come across, it will drill through it. On silver I only have a drill strength, a drill strength 1. Okay, one more, and then we're full. I'm just trying to be under the surface. But something nudged me there a little bit. Course correcting a little bit because fate. Beautiful, isn't it? So I'm full. The hope is that the auto extractors will fill the 32. Hopefully someone tested that, right? That's the going theory. That's well tested. Let's keep going here. Keep going down. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. Feeling that I get, obviously I'm in a tube. I mean, maybe I can look backwards. Yeah, see, it feels like it's going down. But before we had these soil canisters, what we had to do is have medium storages with little soil canisters. And we did that for a while. We need to watch out a little bit because the game can crash. I think I'm definitely going down, which I don't want. Going up. More up. Cut that up. I think we should be leveling it. Okay. There seems to be also a little bit of a bug that it doesn't fill up completely. I roll it around for like a good 10 minutes, and the last couple percentage points didn't want to fill up. And to be careful because the game can crash when there's too much of that stuff flying around. I drove the rover into a thick Astronium cluster, and the game completely froze. I had to hit the reset button on the physical machine. Okay. Alright. Let's just keep going. %75 done. So the going theory is that the auto extractors will fill up the medium resource canister. So we're kind of far away from home, so we need to just turn around a little bit. Ammonium I don't need on this planet. I don't know what to make with ammonium. Hydrogen, of course. But there's no hydrogen on this planet, so no need for ammonium. And yesterday, I checked out that stream. We set up a hydrazine manufacturing automation in Silva. It takes 4 soil canisters to make one full canister with hydrazine. Hold on, I saw something interesting. What is this? What is this? It's just like 2 arches? Yeah, it's like some weird arch contraption. Isn't the game beautiful? Yeah? There's another arch over there. So this time I think we did very long tunnels. Typically in the past I just did short and I zigzag. So compound we can make from soil. So I might be far off. It might be a little bit of a pain to go back to the base. But to see. It seems to be going down a little bit. Checking screen. Good. But that little bit, it didn't want to fill up last time. Let's see. So, yeah, there's like a little bit that doesn't want to fill up. Alright. Is there anything familiar around? Yeah, my base is right there, I think, right? If that's purple. What is that strange circle I was thinking? What is that strange circle? Have you been here before? I mean, I guess, but it hasn't respawned. Ouch. Yeah. There's one there. Doesn't have any stuff on it. Maybe it stopped respawning because it's post Christmas. That's a possibility. Maybe I don't need to make Astronium anymore. Maybe the event is over. That's a possibility. That didn't work as intended. Wasn't those very sad that I can't have it. So yeah, it always has that little bit left there. Maybe it's a side effect of the paver. This is how we used to do things in the past. When you wanted to go up one of those things, you just need to climb it a little bit. I think I recognize where I am. So with the buggy, I used to use this thing to bounce myself to get up there. Yep, it also works with the large orbit. There used to be my the first auto extractor that I made. That was before the event, just to get some iron, and then the problem is that I had a lot of iron. I had 3 storage canisters full with iron. Alright, so whew. All the soil is really to make scrap. We're going to take it down right away. Actually, I don't need that much soil, so what I'm going to do is, see, this one is like, sort of like the, now it's full. Hi. Maybe it's an effect of the paver, you know. Let's get rid of this stuff here. The auto arms is not too bad that I have them left over. Maybe we can make something else with the auto arms. Although on Reddit I read that that after you have 15 auto arms, they just don't work anymore. So 15 though is a large number, but we might actually get there. It's not that large. So let's actually make a little bit of scrap, because we do have some extra soil that we don't need. And I mean, we also have some extra Astronium, right? See this? So that was a fantastic idea, right? Now we have something to do in the game where we can use the automation, right? And we can make the items. It's just a fantastic idea. Right, so you guys see how this works. And we actually have nanocarbon alloy here. Nanocarbon alloy is not the resource, it is the name of my canister. Which, by the way, I need to take with me. So we'll just establish a paper route. So it's going to make some scrap here. Is the scrap is working? Yep. So the scrap is going to land here. This auto arm will pull it off, deposit it here, and then the printer here will immediately print it. Amazing. Is there like two of them? Yeah, there's one stuck here. See? So two more. One more. And we sent this platform off. You guys can see that I made 108,500 for the event. Hopefully they will have like a leaderboard of some sort. Right, and this is how they're being printed. I had the auto arms turned off, and I made 400 of them, and it was a huge pile. It made a mess under the base. This is how I know how the printers are printing. Right, they print 4 high, then they start printing inside the 4th one, and that item then is dropped from a height of, let's say, 6 onto the ground. Once even up to that height of 6, once that is full, it will drop it under the surface. So we'll just see how much. Can we send one more off here? Definitely. And then it will come back with presents. And then I think we will eventually run out of Astronium. So how many days is this event up? It says 18 more days or something, or 19, something like that. I can't quite read it. Checking stream real quick. It's looking good, I think. You should come back here. See? I've done this so many times, I already know where the re-entry position is. So I'm giving buttons this time. I think this is it, right? Yeah, because there's no more Astronium here. So it will make more scrap, that's fine. There's also a little bit of a bug with buttons, that the button sometimes shows like in the miniature version. You guys can see that in one of my previous screens. Nice, did I attach a button to a button? I will shred those later. Now let's go down, and actually I want to maybe pick up some of the, see they're almost empty. I want to pick up some of the platforms that I don't need anymore. So let's get 2 of these. We need this guy. 2 platforms would then fit here. Ooh, I don't need all of this. What do I do with it? I will drop it. So the event, so I actually watched Vanglorious Gaming. He's doing some great stuff. I think he's on Twitter. Twitch, what the heck, Twitter. So he's doing some great stuff there, and he mentioned that he needs content in the game. And I'm like, the content is great, of course, why not? But the events, if we had, like, let's say next comes a spring event, right? And then some other events, right? The events do it for me, even if the the rewards is not that much. I think the rewards that we get in this event is a lot, right? I feel that the stuff that we are getting is really great. I love it. I mean, especially if you start a fresh game, you get aluminum alloy, you get silicone, you get a lot of great stuff, right? So fishtail, I'm happy with that. The only suggestion that I would have is make in a post office object. And the post office object, it will keep you rewards for 30 days. So if you don't need them, or if you don't want them, you just let them expire. And if you want them, they will be spawned in existence, right? So the items only exist in a list, right? Via an interface where you can pick them up. And if you pick them up, they actually spawn, and you can only like pick up 8 items at a time or something like that, right? And it's like a trade platform, but you have sort of like a menu where you can pick up your rewards, The thumpers are going, that's good. So that is my only suggestion, make like a post office. The rover is airborne, it's like, you can't do anything. Tires are not touching, the thing is not doing anything. That is my suggestion. Don't make the items appear on the platform where you send the gifts off, or the event items. Which also reminds me, we need to take the RTG with us. But RTG is a small item, so I can put that in my backpack. Did you guys see that? So what is this one here set to? Enable output, so it's set to sucking. Did these work while I was gone? Honestly, I don't know. I would say no. How much is in there? 10. So they didn't work. Yeah, I think they didn't work while I was gone. 10, no. Oh, how long was I gone? How long is the stream? I think YouTube is tripping a little bit. It says I was streaming for 11 minutes. So I don't think they worked. I don't think they worked. See, that's the paper route. That's the idea. You take nanocarbon alloy with you. You just have that one spit, that one suck it back in. When it's done, you just put it here. You disable the output. You turn it on. It's a little bit tricky. You need to watch what you're doing. So now disable output. Put it on this thing, turn the thing on. So I'm not super sure. Maybe to test this, I will go to the surface and keep the game open. You know, just to see how much it comes back. Because after, let's say, an hour and a half, it should be full, right? That's the theory. It should be full after an hour and a half. It's completely airborne. Just let it do its thing. I'm trying to go right, but, you know, things, reasons. Completely airborne again. Doesn't matter what I do. I'm actually happy that it works. And they made improvements to it as well. So it was worse. Yeah. By the way, the buggy, maybe I will take the buggy down here just for fun. You basically give gas and it just somersaults. Woo! It's too temperamental. I also tried the tractor. The tractor kind of worked, but it has like weird physics. Because obviously you need like an RTG or something on it, so it's like heavy on the front. Doesn't work very well. So one thing that I noticed is that my highway here is curved a little bit because I sort of adjusted when I was going down. So if I do this again on silver, for example, which I won't because the event will be over, right? I don't need Astronium otherwise. There's no need for it doesn't do anything. I need to remember to go straight, right? And to make a tunnel that's straight. And then you just get into the rover and you hit the gas and you just zip all the way through. This one is a little bit curved because I wasn't paying attention. That was the first time that I made a tunnel. It works actually surprisingly well, to be honest. The first time that I went with a large rover to the core. I've never done this before. So that's fantastic. And in my opinion, it is fast. Glorious Gaming said like, oh, going with the rover to the core takes a while. If you go by foot, it takes a while. This is, you know, why walk when you can drive? You know? This is great. I love this. So I don't know how much Astronium you have now. I would think like 40 or something. Just make more cosmic baubles for the event. See what we can do. So unfortunately, my theory is that me being on the surface, the stuff down there doesn't work anymore. That's my theory. Oh, I meant to take the platforms with me. I was so disappointed by the thing not working that I forgot about the rest. How much do we have in here? 50. 50. You know, I remember driving into Astronium deposits with this thing and filling up 50 in like 10 minutes. All this work is not worth it. You're much better off just driving. Right? How much? We have quite a bit of scrap. How much scrap do we have? Quite a bit. This here is for making this stellar object or something like that. For using soil to make quartz, to make glass, to make stellar objects. That worked fantastically. But of course it needs much more soil. And so I wanted to play with... I never know if this thing is working or not. I mean, I like the animation, but sometimes they fall through and I can't tell when I got it and when I didn't. So let's open this up. One more, right? One more? Yeah. So I was hoping that the auto extractor would be the solution. At the moment it is not, because I think it doesn't work while I'm up here, you know. So the auto extractors is not like super useful if they don't work, right? You see, if you have enough scrap pre-built, this goes very fast. There's still like a hissing sound when it lands. This one is almost, no, it's still on the surface. I think we got a mail delivery, so I'd rather check that because people might steal the package. So I won't do this for too much longer here. Look at this. We had 400 of them. And there's also a theory, look at how the glow dissipates if I move far away. You see? You see the little yellow things from the labels that it has, but the glow is gone. As I move closer, the glow starts up. So I think everything in the game works like that, right? And the auto extractors is like that glow. If you go too far away, it just stops working. You know? I hope it was full. This is why I put 2 auto arms here, just to make it faster to fill it up. We'll completely empty this guy. It is completely empty. Right, if you move too far away, the glow dissipates. See, it's like in the back it's gone, and the front ones have glow. If I go closer, the glow starts. There's one in the back that didn't have glow, and if I go all the way, they all stop glowing. There's still like this yellow. I think the yellow is from the label, right? What is this? Oh, they already put them. Let's take a close look at one of them. What is the yellow thing? There's like some label that is making that yellow thing appear. Are we out of power? I think we might be out of power. This thing is full already. And now we get a reward. I put a trade platform here real quick. The power situation, I need another one of those mixer arms. How much power does this suck? 3? 3 is actually very reasonable for an extra large shredder. It comes with gifts, because I've never seen the gifts. Something weird is happening. Are we completely out of power? Yes. That has never happened before. I mean, not with 8 batteries. Has never happened before. Yeah. So one thing that I wanted to try, but I need to get. I'm pretty sure we got a mail delivery. I need to get that, so I will try that next stream. Graphene. Build a shelter and play with that. See how that works. Yeah, of course it's full again. It's fast. I mean, you have to be on top of things. You can't be dilly-dallying. It's fast. The reason why this is separate like this, in this weird way, because if I open this, it will fill up both storages. And I need to combine for the printer, it needs two items. It needs scrap and Astronium. And by the way, we are out of Astronium. There was all the Astronium there is. We have a bunch of baubles here. The clouds are nice. They could make them a little bit nicer, I feel. They are already improved clouds. This is not the standard clouds. Let's check the string real quick. It is looking good. So we can send this off again. It's giving me now presents. I mean, this is a nice touch. The first like 8 times it happens to you. After that, not so interesting anymore. I think we'll fill up another one. This is good. The automation works really well when you look at it. When you're not around, not so much. So I'm making scrap here again. It's good. The weird thing is, look, this robot arm, it's technically, and it likes to position it far before it positions near. So that's the thing. I don't know why. Oh, it's not get too close. So great. It will come back with presents, so we'll just check out what that is. And then I think I will turn the volume off and be here on the surface in my spaceship and just wait. First presents, then we just wait. And so if the auto extractors don't fill the containers on them, then auto extractors go into shredder. There's no need for them anymore. The buttons. We got buttons this time. Which is great. I love buttons. I have a lot of them. So what I will do is I will put buttons here. And once the soil is used up, I will shred. Interesting. Looks like little platforms. Some of them have little platforms. What are these buttons? A power sensor has a little platform with cables even. Makes sense, right? It's a power sensor. And this dude here, what does he do? It's a button repeater. I actually haven't figured out how to turn. I would like to turn all the auto arms off. It made a sound. See what happens. Oh, easy. Noise. Hey, I can use the button repeater. Let's not shred this guy. How far can I go? Because I need to turn off a bunch of maybe here. I don't get any reading. Bro, did you guys see it? Hold on, let me. That fixes the button repeater. That's interesting. I will take a look at that because I would like the ability to turn all the auto arms on. Maybe I will put the button repeater somewhere here. Somewhere in the central location. What is like central here? Like here maybe. Because the printers, they don't, even they are set on auto, right? They don't use power. The auto arms use constant power. So I would like maybe here, with the button repeater. And then we'll make something, is it done? It's done, I think. Let's leave those buttons here for now. Alright, this is going to be it for the stream. I will now go into the spaceship and stay in the spaceship for like 2 hours or something like that, right? So that's how we're going to try to figure this out. And so when I come back, I will check if the medium resource canister is filled on the auto extractors. If they are still like not, I mean, they have to be completely full because I will keep the game open for like 2 hours, right? So definitely more than 74 minutes. So they have to be completely full. There has to be an Astronium on top of them, right? Unless we see that, we will not be satisfied, right? And then we'll find out if you can shred auto extractors. So that's the thing. Thank you, everyone.